নমস্কাৰ প্ৰিয় দৰ্শক বিৰতিৰ পিছত সকলোকে স্বাগতম জনাইছো আমাৰ এই বিশেষ অনুষ্ঠান উদ্যমী অসম উইমেন ইন বিজনেছ মিটা আপোনাৰ সৈতে কথা পাতি আছিলো এটা জেন্ডাৰ বায়াসৰ কথা আমি পাতি আছিলো আপুনি প্ৰতিক্ৰিয়া দি আছিল তেওঁলোকৰ কন্টিনিউ কৰিব
This was regarding women and funding.
This was regarding women business.
Let me say you we have now several banks in Northeast who runs women specific schemes for funding women entrepreneurs. Apart from that, the Assam government also has taken certain initiatives. All India also there are certain initiatives which is not region specific. Anyone from Northeast, women entrepreneurs can Northeast can access. Can I share certain data?
Yes, sure.
First of all, as far as startup is concerned, we already have something called the Nest, which is an Assam entrepreneurial hub, which is supported by the Assam government in collaboration with IIM Kolkata. Now this Nest already has lot of startup entrepreneurs who have got funding, right, in the last 1-2 years. This year in budget also for startup amar junto etia notun 2022-23 budget sanction has said the state government has earmarked a specific 9.5 crores for startup, and they are coming up with a startup policy and implementing it, and they are saying that they will be providing financial grants for developing ideas into prototypes, launching them also in the market. So there is a specific fund which has been given. Let me also say you that apart from this, from 2017 there is Assam is also giving a special one-time incentive of rupees 5,000 per woman candidate. This is for rural women entrepreneurs, and which has an upper limit of 1 lakh up to 3 years under this Assam, again under the Assam startup policy of 2017. Besides mane etia ame jodi ko je guti all India, the list is endless in terms of financial assistance. When you are talking about funding, financial assistance, Annapurna scheme is there, Stree Shakti scheme is there, Orient Mahila Vikas Yojana scheme is there, Dena Shakti is there, Udyogini is there, Kalyani scheme is there, Mudra Yojana, many of you know, Mahila Udyam is there, Thread is there. Then Stand Up India has a financing specifically for ST/SC women and separately also again for women entrepreneurship. Startup India, Stand Up India has different scheme through which bank loans between 10 lakhs to 1 crores are at least for one scheduled caste and a tribe, and for women per bank they have already set up. Then National Innovation and Startup Policy of 2019 gives for students and faculty of higher educational institution. Ministry of MSME has a Udyam Shakti. So and there are also monthly allowances given. Let me also share that there is Niti Aayog has a special platform for women health startup. This is called the Women Startup, the WEP. So Imman Bosu said, I think as far as funding is concerned, it should not be constrained now, because there is enough schemes and policies both from the center and from the state which are there. Apart from that, there are a lot of CSR initiatives who are funding startups. Tech startups are there. Then there are civil society organizations who have come forward in providing grants. So there is all the opportunity for women to access this. I think what is happening, or the problem that we are coming is that a lack of awareness that these exist for women to take. These are, some of them are specific women centric itself, but some of them are open to all genders, so even they can go ahead and take it.
Etia kotha to hetu iman kini endless schemes nimisa আমাৰ তেওঁলোকে জনালে কৰিশ্মাই ক'লে যে তেওঁ অৱগত নহয় না জানে এতিয়া কেনেকৈ ইজ ইট নট আৱাৰ ৰেসপন্সিবিলিটি টু টেল everyone about these schemes?
Right. So responsibility to hoy eta government scheme after scheme release korise, but who is going to spread the awareness about the
na thake ki labh
Tereka hetu kotha nohoy, like the government is doing its part, the media should also do its part. This is one of the forums jot ahi pela ami ebur kotha discuss kora hoise. I belong to the startup ecosystem, and I wasn't aware of these particular schemes. Eta government is scheme or scheme release kori ase, but all of these things need to penetrate the the people, the common folks. Etia startup kori trend eta market ot choli ase karone people are delving into it, but the people who need it the most at the grassroots level jak lage, is the government spreading the requisite awareness, is the media spreading the requisite awareness, enokwa type of show aru kiman ase. So it's the responsibility of the government, it's the responsibility of the media not to launch schemes but also spread awareness about the said schemes. So hetu eta part korile, like I believe there would be a lot more entrepreneurs would be coming from, like, you know, small towns and small villages. So yeah.
So less of paperwork, olopan kom paperwork kori dia hok ba gute process to easier kori dia hok, one window kori dia hok.
That is already there.
Yeah.
So I would like to share this. This is very interesting. Let me say, see, for financial assistance, only to encourage entrepreneurs to have their business ideas, there is an let me share this. There is where they are simplifying. See, the startup initiative which has been rolled out in 2016, it specifically has something, simplification and hand holding. So what they are doing, they are making easier compliances, legal support, fast tracking of application, and a website that will reduce information asymmetry, which you are talking of, less of paperwork and documentation. In terms of funding and initiative, there is exemption on income tax, on capital gain tax for eligible startup, a fund to infuse more capital into the startup ecosystem, and a credit guarantee scheme. For incubation and industry academia partnership, there are for creation of numerous incubators for innovation lab, events, competition. Other lab is also there in a tinkering lab, we all know about it. Even in case of networking, juntu hoday eta problem pai, because networking is the new thing in business.
Right.
So but even with Stand Up India, now networking has also been made easy for the stakeholders. So in apuni jodi sai etia all India, Northeast figure ami etia poa nai, but all India, if you see in 2021, women led entrepreneurship in terms of funding has gone up to $9.4 billion last year.
It's all India.
So which means that many women are actually taking access to funding.
All right. So bikon bhal.
So there are people who are accessing, who are taking, otherwise how do you get these pictures?
All right. So ki kobo bisaribo apnaloke Arundhati ki kobo bisaribo iman kini subidha ase apnaloke kot samasya to kot pai ase apnaloke samasya to kole samanon labo
awareness to etiao ahibole baki ase teo research korise about this whole thing teo janis mane buji paise but amiu kori aso but I think bahut manuhe etiao bahut khini scheme na jane iman khini scheme or naam teo lole I think bahut mohila he scheme bilakor namei khuna nai ba nejane ba access koribo para nai so he gap to
information gap apuni ki kobo Karishma
I think personally more into stage par where I was not being helped or maybe I was like looking for people who can help me right now where we have been provided with incubators and manhu alopman guidance se hekhiniyo moi nije bisari more mutual friends who are in the same segment is helping there is no one coming to me and ki tumi bisarisa niki aha eku nai etiao nai so why don't we come up with something you know shows like this are so wonderful manhu eta kiman khini communication paise kiman khini youngsters are looking ahead for the show today I have told them so you know we should like you know put some shows or we should also do a marketing where we have some sort of people who can guide those ki mane enoko manu enoko lorasol thakibo pare june sake na jane who are background to iman heri no hoy they can come forward meet us we can you know link them up to the more the main point heri le startup le so here why don't we create a channel especially with all the youngster people who have so much of good ideas I have spoken with them recently ami eta startup or hinakhon amar ata meet asile tate we have seen you know ami eta campaign launch korislu where we wanted these people to come and talk to us so I got 2-3 messages of young you know one guy and also young girls coming to me and telling me lifestyle startup eta asile where they were talking about cosmetics there was one more startup of where they were you know making something on the rent ami rent bisarile je hunkale fast eta heri hok app eta where you know exactly so there is so good ideas and these are kids imagine so hiotok jodi me enike groom up koribo paru we can you know create a lot of awareness in the society where people can come up and we can work together that's where I believe yet manhure moi janu moi thoi disu that is not how you grow you should speak out talk share that
nationally kisman reality show hoy tenekwa reality show yato hobo pare
business reality show
idea hibo sobore idea to craft kori pele ami he execute koribo pare konobai he jitu idea aro investor connect to apuni government investmentor kotha kole nemisa apuni private investmentor logot deal kore he idea aro investmentor connect to northeast koribo kenege pora jay
So we need platforms like this. Our media awareness generating platforms lage. A panel like this is doing that for the future, like the younger generation. But the biggest question here is ki this is not reaching the grassroots levels. Even though awareness hoye ase, people are creating platforms of this sort. India Accelerator has come to Northeast, but grassroots level lot, like people at Northeast are entrepreneurial by nature, like we had discussed. But hey, grassroots level lot, that village level, that town level lot, awareness can be generated only through the media and through the government itself. Social media, amar nisna, like people from who have the privilege, who have access to internet. Teoloke social media Google kori pele schemes and all uliyai lobo. But the schemes that are very essential to the entrepreneurial men and women living in villages and small towns. Teolokor maybe they don't have the privilege, they don't have access to internet connections. Yohator enokwa manhu bilakor karone, like the media has to do its role, the government has to do its role. Like I'm reiterating once more ki scheme or scheme uliyai thakile nahobo. People has to know about it. If people if there's nobody who is telling the startups to come and access the funds, then don't you think it's a waste?
I would like to add on there. Yeah, that is one perspective. Now, we have two women entrepreneurs who are based in Guwahati.
Yeah.
Have you visited the Nest?
Yes.
Have you registered yourself there?
Yes, I did it.
So she did it.
I haven't
so
yet,
it's when you say haven't you reached out, they have already set up a huge nest
Exactly.
in the prime location of the city.
Yes.
But I still know a lot of educated women who have not even visited there once and to know the benefit. When she said that she has never got a mentor, the hub provides you mentorship, the hub provides you grant, hub provides you an incubation. You don't have to spend on infrastructure. You can ideate sitting there till the time you get your fund, and when you want to move out and start from your own kind of place, it is there.
They provide you office, computers.
Yeah, in terms of rural entrepreneurship, when she is saying, you have not been reaching out to them, kind of, I would like to say the story is not the same.
I'll continue. Eta break lobo.
Okay.
প্ৰিয় দৰ্শক, এটা বিৰতি ল'ব লাগিব। বিৰতিৰ পিছত পুনৰ ঘূৰি আহিম আৰু আমি কথা পাতিম ওমেন ইন বিজনেছৰ বিষয়ে।